All right, let's look at the language points for text 2. So the first language points, position of adverbs and time expressions as adverbials. Second language point, modal particle ne. Let's look at the first language point, possession of adverbs and time expressions as adverbials. So in Chinese, when adverbs and time expressions function as adverbials, they are generally placed before verbs or adjectives. Maybe adverb is a little bit abstract, so let me give you some examples of adverbs. The adverbs we have already learned, for example, 不. So this is the negative word, 很. This means very. It's actually also an adverb. And the last example, 上午, is a time expression. So all of these kind of words are added in a sentence before the verbs or adjectives. Let's look at some examples. 我不想去. 我不想去. I don't want to go. Here the 不 is the adverb and 想 is the verb. 不 before 想. 妹妹很高兴. 妹妹很高兴. The younger sister is very happy. 很 is the adverb, very. 高兴 is an adjective and also the predicate of the sentence. So how happy? Very happy. 很 before 高兴. 他上午10点半上课. 他上午10点半上课. She has a class at 10:30 in the morning. 上午10点半 is the time expression. 上课 is the verb. 上午10点半 is placed before 上课 the verb. The last example is what I want to emphasize because the sequence of this sentence is very different from English. So in English, you will say she has a class at 10:30 in the morning. Has a class, the verb always before the time expression. But in Chinese, bear in mind that it's always the reverse. The time expression always before the verb. Let's do some immediate exercise. So complete these dialogues. Okay, let's read them together. 我们8点见。我们下午8点见吧。We meet at 8 o'clock. Let's meet at 8 o'clock in the afternoon. 你上午去上课，是吗？ You go to class in the morning, right? 对，我上午有课。Yes, I have a class in the morning. 我们下午去超市吧。Let's go to the supermarket in the afternoon. 对不起，我下午有课。Sorry, I have a class in the afternoon. Great, let's move on to the modal particle ne. So the modal particle ne in this lesson is placed at the end of a sentence to indicate confirmed facts. So the basic structure is very simple. It's just whatever you want to say, whatever sentence, and then you put ne at the end. So why would you repeat something that is already confirmed? Is because you want to emphasize it. Let's look at some examples. 我明天下午2点还上课呢。I have a class tomorrow at 2 p.m. I added the blue words in the translation in English to make it clear that when you end a sentence with ne in Chinese, it's because your tone is that you want to emphasize what you are saying. So maybe you can even translate it into, I do have a class tomorrow at 2 p.m. Second example, 妹妹会做2个菜呢。The sister can actually cook 2 dishes. 李菲菲晚上还有事呢。李菲菲 is actually occupied tonight. Great job, guys. Now let's move on to the new word for text 2. First word, 电影院. 电影院, cinema. Actually, we will see very soon that 电影 is the word for movie or film, and 院 is the suffix for a place. So it is used at the end of the word to express a lot of places. Another example we are going to see very soon is hospital. It's also said with this word 院. Right, next word, 看,看, watch, see, read, or look at. So actually we can say 看电影,看电影, watch a film, watch a movie. Next word, 是,是. So this translates into thing or affair. You probably remember we explained in previous lessons a word that is 东西. So 东西 is also translated as thing. But what's the difference between 是 and 东西? So 是 is something to do, an appointment, an affair you have to attend to. And 东西 is thing, but it's always like a physical object. So what if you want to say, I'm occupied, I'm not available? In Chinese, we say 我有事. It's like I have something to do. I am not available. I'm occupied with a thing. All right. Next word, 上课,上课. Attend a class. Next word, 呢. Next word, 办,办. Have. And the last word, 下课,下课. Dismiss a class. Before we jump into text 2, let's do a listening challenge. So listen twice the conversation and try to choose the correct answer for these questions. Question 1. 黄米米下午想去 A. 超市 B. 看电影 and C. 西安饭店 Question 2. 李菲菲明天下午还 A. 上课 B. 有事 C. 去超市下午我想去电影院看电影，你去吗？
我不想去，下午还有事。
好的，明天呢？
我明天下午2点还上课呢，4点半下课。
下午我想去电影院看电影，你去吗？
我不想去，下午还有事。
好的，明天呢？
我明天下午2点还上课呢，4点半下课。
Alright, so the correct answers are B and A. Question 1. 黄米米下午想去看电影。黄米米 wants to go watch a movie in the afternoon. Question 2. 李菲菲明天下午还上课。李菲菲 has a class tomorrow afternoon. Here you have the complete conversation. If you have any question, leave it in the comment section. Alright, let's look at the new words for text 3, the last text. First word, 在,在. The English translation is be at, be in, be on. So it is generally to express a location. Where is something or someone? You can answer with 在. Next word, 家,家. So this means home or a family. Next word, 里,里. Inner or inside. We normally say 在家里,在家里 to say at home. Next word, 晚上,晚上 evening. Next word, 医院,医院 hospital. You can again see the suffix for a place, 院. 医院 is also a place, hospital. 上班,上班 go to work, 店,店. So any kind of shop or store is said 店. For example, coffee in Chinese is 咖啡. So a coffee shop is 咖啡店. 菜,菜. We saw in lesson 5 that 菜 is dish or cuisine. And here 菜 actually has another meaning, vegetable or greens. So not meat, vegetables. 分钟,分钟 minute. We learned that 分 is already minute, and 分钟 is just another way to say minute. 后 after or later. So in this lesson, 后 is used to express in time after something or later. But 后 has another meaning and it is behind, in a space, behind. Okay, let's listen twice to text 3 and answer these questions. Question 1. 罗乔乔 A. 上班呢 B. 买菜呢 C. 在家里呢 Question 2. 黄米米 A. 5点下班 B. 6点下班 C. 6点半下班喂，你在哪儿呢？
我在家里呢。
我晚上6点半下班。
我8点去医院上班。
好的，你去店里买些菜吧。
好，我10分钟后去。
喂，你在哪儿呢？
我在家里呢。
我晚上6点半下班。
我8点去医院上班。
好的，你去店里买些菜吧。
好，我10分钟后去。
Okay, the correct answers are C and C. 罗乔乔在家里呢。罗乔乔 is at home. And we add the "ne" at the end of the sentence to express that it's a confirmed fact. We want to emphasize this fact. Question 2. 黄米米6点半下班。黄米米 gets off work at 6:30. 6:30, 6点半. Here you go, you have the complete conversation. You can read it out loud 5 times just to get some muscle memory. All right. Actually, we have 2 bonus questions for this conversation. So the first question is, 罗乔乔晚上还去做什么? Do you know what this means? What else is 罗乔乔 doing tonight? So you can answer with 罗乔乔晚上去医院上班。罗乔乔 goes to the hospital to go to work in the evening. Second question. 罗乔乔10分钟后去做什么? This means, what is 罗乔乔 doing after 10 minutes? So you can answer, 罗乔乔10分钟后去店里买菜。罗乔乔 goes to the shop to buy some vegetables in 10 minutes. Perfect. Now let's do a comprehensive exercise together. Let's look at the 5 important words we learned in the lesson 7. Option A, 医院 hospital. Option B, 12点半 12:30. Option C, 课 class. Option D, 现在 now. And option E, 见 meet. Okay, so now you can pause here, and when you are finished, move on to the next page to check your answers. 她星期天没有课。She doesn't have any class on Sunday. 我们中午12点半下课，下午2点见吧。We get off class at 12:30 at noon. Let's meet at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. 白芳芳，对不起，我现在有事呢，你去吧。陈鹏鹏，好的，你忙吧。白芳芳 ，Sorry, I'm occupied now. You go. 陈鹏鹏 ，Okay, you go do your thing. 黄米米，你今天晚上几点去医院上班？罗乔乔，晚上8点。黄米米 ，What time do you go to the hospital to go to work this evening? 罗乔乔 8 o'clock in the evening. Wonderful job, guys. Now we are at the end of lesson 7. We have a little homework, so we have 4 pictures as always, and we have to complete these sentences with the words we learned in this new lesson. And at the very last, we also have the Hanzi chart here for you guys. Very good, very nice job. If you have watched all the videos till now, you have completed half of the HSK 1 3.0 new standard course. It's a long journey, but you are off to a wonderful start. I will see you in next lesson. See you at lesson 8. See you guys. Bye bye. 再见。